This movie's story takes place in a city in France, where everything is destroyed in an instant because of acid rain caused by global warming. The entire city suffers terribly. Thousands of people lose their homes and die, while buildings collapse and the environment turns poisonous. Packed with suspense and thriller elements, the movie keeps you wondering what will happen next. In this devastated French city lives a small family whose lives are turned upside down by the acid rain. The family includes a girl named Selma, her father Michal, who works for a company, and her mother, Elise, Michal's ex-wife. At the beginning of the movie, we see Michal at a hospital with his lover, Karin. Karin was injured in an accident at the company where she works, and now she's about to undergo surgery. Michal tries to comfort her, telling her that she'd be fine. Soon after, the doctors take Karin into the operating room. In the next scene, we see Selma at a horse riding school. To girls, they are making fun of a video of her father that went viral on the internet. The video showed Michal protesting for Karin's safety after her accident, but online trolls mocked him. Angry and humiliated, Selma takes revenge by throwing horse dirt at one of the girls who laughed at her. Later, the girl's parents file a complaint against Selma. The school principal calls her mother, Elise, to the office. The principal tells Elise that Selma's father's viral video has become a topic of gossip and that people are pointing fingers at the family. He adds that the only reason Selma is still in the school is because of Elise's reputation, warning her that such behavior should never happen again. Elise apologizes and assures the principal that she talked to Selma and make sure it doesn't happen again. In the next scene, we see Selma and her father Michal talking at home. Selma pleads with him, saying, "Don't go to Belgium. Stay here with me." Michal replies, "Your mother left me, Selma. I can't stay here anymore. I want to move to Belgium and start a new life with Karin. You can visit whenever you want." Selma turns on the TV, where the news is reporting that, due to global warming, deadly acid rain has devastated areas around France. Farmlands, forests, and animals have all been burned and destroyed. The news anchor warns that the acid rain is now moving toward France. Michal, irritated, turns off the TV, saying, "These news people lie every day just to scare everyone. Nothing will happen. Go to sleep." The next day, it's raining heavily. Elise is driving Selma to school in her car. After dropping Selma off, she returns home. She closes the windows as the storm worsens, but some water seeps inside. She lays a towel down to soak it up. After a few minutes, the towel's color changing, a terrifying sign that the rainwater is acidic. Meanwhile, at school, the students are preparing for a horse riding trip into the forest, and Selma is among them. She looks up at the darkening sky, fear written all over her face, terrified that the acid rain might begin. At the same time, Elise checks an article on her phone, showing where acid rain has already struck and predicting where it will hit next. Michal, who works for a company studying the acid rain spread, is busy analyzing its effects when Elise calls him in panic. She says, "My car broke down. Please go pick up Selma from school. The acid rain is about to start." Michal hesitates and says, "I can't right now. I'm at work." Elise pleads, "I've never asked you for anything in my life. Please, just do this for me." Back in the forest, Selma's horse suddenly stops moving forward. Her instructor tells her, "Stay here. I'll go bring another horse," and leaves. Fear grips Selma's face as thunder rumbles. The acid rain could start any moment. Realizing the danger, Michal, who deeply loves his daughter, abandons his work and rushes with Elise to Selma's school. Elise goes inside to get Selma while Michal waits in the car. Just then, a breaking news alert comes on the car radio. "Attention, residents. Stay indoors and avoid using vehicles. Extremely dangerous acid rain is approaching the city." Moments later, Elise runs back to the car, panicked, and says, "Selma isn't at school." Here, Selma was standing alone and looking toward the sky. Michal and Elise, while searching, reached a place where the police had enforced a lockdown. Elise got out of the car and went ahead to look for Selma, but she wasn't among those people. Suddenly, a loud thunder was heard in the clouds. Seeing this, Michal and Elise tricked the police and escaped toward the forest. Here, drops of acid rain began to fall from the sky, which burned everything they touched. From the area where the other people had gone for horse riding, 2 horses were running fast toward Selma. These horses had been affected by the acid rain, and smoke was rising from their backs. Seeing this, Selma started running away from there. Michal and Elise also stopped the car. There was no road ahead for the car. So Michael got out and started searching for Selma. Michael was shouting loudly, "Selma, where are you?" Michael also checked in the horse stable, but she wasn't there. Suddenly, Selma came running there, calling out to Michael. Michael also ran toward her and took her inside the stable. As soon as they went inside, it started raining. The roof of the stable also began to leak because of the acid rain. Michael called Elise and said, "We're at the big hangar. Come here." When Elise brought the car, Selma and Michael both sat inside, and they left from there. After a short distance, there was a traffic jam ahead. They got stuck in traffic. A man tried to get inside the car, but Michael pushed him back outside. After a long time, somehow they managed to get out of there. In the next scene, we see that the rain has stopped, but it has destroyed everything. Many people have died. Then we see Michael and his family, who have stopped somewhere and are trying to repair their car. Elise calls her brother and asks him for help. He tells Elise to head east, it's about 200 kilometers, and that he'll meet them halfway and take them to safety. Then they leave in their car. But after traveling some distance, the car breaks down again. They abandon the car and reach a house where no one is there except for a cat. Michael checks the water to see if it's safe to drink, so he pours some for the cat. Then Michael puts aluminum coverings on Selma's feet for protection. After a while, Michael notices that the bowl he used to give water to the cat has been corroded by the acid. Selma goes to look and finds that the cat has died because of the acidic water. The next morning, they leave the house and join a group of other survivors walking together. After walking for a long time, they reach a bridge crowded with people. Everyone is pushing, trying to get across. In the chaos, Elise moves ahead of Michael and Selma. Elise tells a police officer that her daughter is behind her, but the officer tells her to keep moving forward. As Elise starts to cross the bridge, suddenly the bridge begins to collapse. People start running back in panic. There's too much crowd, and Elise falls into the water below. The water is acidic. When Michael and Selma realize that Elise has fallen into the water, Selma runs toward the river, trying to save her, but she can't. The acid-filled water carries Elise away. In the next scene, we see Selma and Michael at a place where army soldiers are stationed. Michael calls Karin and asks her where she is. Karin says they are transferring us to another hospital. Michael asks for the address and tells her, "I'm coming to you." Then Michael tries to call Elise's brother, but his phone is switched off. After that, Michael asks an army officer about the bus that's heading in Karin's direction. Then Michael tells Selma, "We're going to Karin. Elise's brother isn't answering his phone, so we can't stay here depending on him." They both board a bus along with other people. After traveling a long distance, the buses stop. The soldiers announce, "The road ahead is blocked. You'll have to walk from here." Everyone starts walking on foot. After walking for some distance, a loud thunder rumbles in the sky. People get scared and start running in panic. Michael and Selma also start running fast, but eventually Selma becomes exhausted. She says to Michael, "I can't go any further. You go leave me here." But Michael tells her, "Don't lose hope. Keep going." As they move ahead, they find a tunnel. The moment they enter the tunnel, acid rain starts pouring outside. After some time, the acid rainwater started to seep inside the tunnel. Both of them moved deeper into the tunnel. It was very dark inside, so they couldn't see anything. Because of this, Michael slipped and injured his leg. After staying in the tunnel for a while, they finally came out from the other side. Michael and Selma saw that the rain had stopped. Michael said to Selma, "Come on, let's move forward." Selma replied, "Dad, your leg is hurt. You must be in pain. Let's rest for a bit and then continue." After walking a little further, they reached a place where Michael collapsed. His injury had become severe and he couldn't walk anymore. Selma shouted loudly for help. Nearby, there was a house where a woman lived with child. The woman's name was William. William gave them shelter in her home and helped Michael. When Michael started feeling a bit better, he plugged in his phone to charge. William said, "Your phone will charge, but there's no signal here. Even my husband's messages rarely come through, but you can try." Michael asked her about the road leading to where Karin was. William told him that the place was about 100 kilometers away and the road was badly damaged, so he would have to go on foot. William's little child was sick and undergoing dialysis. She had a dialysis machine set up in the house. Michael told her, "It's dangerous for you to stay upstairs. The roof might collapse because of the rain." So Michael helped move the dialysis machine to the basement for safety. William thanked Michael for his help and said, "You both can stay in my garage tonight." It will be safer there. That night, heavy rain poured down. William went to the basement to sleep with her child, while Michael and Selma stayed in the garage, but they couldn't sleep, frightened by the sound of the rain. After some time, the acid rainwater started flowing into the drain and began damaging the roof. Michael went to the window and saw that a heavy acid rain was pouring outside. Then they started calling out to William for help, but she was sleeping deeply with her son. There was a car in the garage that belonged to William. Michael seated Selma in the car. Selma said to Michael, "Dad, we can't leave them alone like this." Michael replied, "They're not opening the door. If we stay here any longer, we'll die too." On the way, Selma kept crying and saying to Michael, "Dad, you're so mean. It was very dark, and the acid rain was damaging the car lights. There was a problem with the car's GPS signals, so the GPS led them in the wrong direction." Michael stopped the car. Selma kept asking him repeatedly, "Where are we?" This made Michael angry, and he told her to keep quiet. The acid rain had stopped. Then Michael got out of the car and sat down. He couldn't understand where to go next. After a while, when Michael looked inside the car, Selma was gone. Selma had gotten angry at Michael and ran away. Michael was shouting loudly, calling her name. After a while, Selma realized that the acid rainwater was still on the ground. So, she climbed onto a large tractor. Michael drove the car forward to look for her, but the car got stuck in the mud. He saw Selma, got out of the car, went to her, and lifted her onto his shoulders. Acidic water was flowing on the ground, burning Michael's feet. He risked his life to save Selma. Michael's condition was very bad, so Selma started shouting loudly for help, but there was no one around. When morning came, Michael's feet had been completely burned by the acid rainwater. Then, an army vehicle arrived, and the soldiers took Michael to the hospital. Later, we see a place where all the people affected by the acid rain had been gathered by the government and they were being treated. Among them was Selma. Selma asked a man about Karin, and the man replied, "I'm really sorry. She's no longer in this world." Then Selma went to meet her father. There we see that the doctors had amputated Michael's legs because they were severely damaged by the acid. When Michael saw Selma, despite all the pain, a smile appeared on his face for his daughter. Michael asked Selma about Karin. Selma didn't want to break her father's heart, so she lied and said she hasn't reached the hospital yet, but I'll find out soon. And with that, the movie ends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.